Friends, welcome to our today's session. In our previous session, we are discussing about many important concepts relating to Memorandum of Association or MOA. We already know there are 5 important clauses in any MOA. Can you recall what are the 5 clauses? Can anyone tell me? For example, first clause was name clause. Have you heard of?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, name clause was there. That's important. Then next, can anyone tell me?
Situation clause.
Situation clause, very good. Or registered office clause also, some people call it. Then next.
Object clause.
Object clause. And you know the object clause may have 2 components. One is your main object, second is object which is incidental or ancillary for achievement of main object. That is one thing. Then liability clause. Then
Capital clause.
capital clause. These are the clauses we have seen in Memorandum of Association. Okay. Let me share the slide with you right now. What we have discussed earlier. So in our previous session, we have discussed that Memorandum of Association deals with these sections: Section 4, Section 6, Section 13, Section 15, and Section 17. These are some important sections which deals with Memorandum of Association of the company. What is Memorandum of Association? Has been explained in Section 2, Clause 56. And we have already said that what are the contents of the memorandum. Okay, name of the company, then the state in which registered office is situated, objects of the company, and objects which are considered necessary for furtherance of main object. That also forms a part of memorandum. These are the examples of those objects. We have seen that thing. Then liability of members. You know, the liability of the members are limited if company is limited by shares, and liability of the members are limited by the amount which is guaranteed by them if company is limited by guarantee. Then capital clause that talks about what is the size of the capital, how many shares are there or share, what is the value, that things are disclosed in this capital clause. And the subscribers to the memorandum subscribe it by putting their signature. There they indicate how many shares they have undertaken to subscribe. That also they show it, right? And one needs to be very careful in selecting name of an entity. If the name is too identical or resemble with some other company, the name will not be allowed by register of the company. Okay, and if somebody has, let us say, registered a company, or you can say, this concept also I think we had discussed in our previous class. Or let us say, so by adopting some fraudulent means, somebody has registered a company, there are penal consequences to that. Okay, and there are certain terms which should not be used in name, and there are certain terms or certain words which are undesirable in the opinion of central government. Those terms or those words should not be used. Previous class I couldn't show you this thing, how one can check the company's name, check name availability. Today I will try to show that. You see, this is only this is the you can say screenshot of the web page where you can write down the name of the company and you can search. Today we'll try that. Okay, we'll try, for example, yeah. Should I show you that thing? Let me take you to the website now. You already know that. Which website? I think all of you must be knowing. Let me share the screen with you. Are you able to see this shared screen now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
To this
Yes, sir.
website, mca.gov.in. Right. You have already earlier visited to this website. Now once again we are visiting there. Here you see there is a link called as MCA services. And we are going to company services. And in the company services, you can find what is your check company name. So if you want to apply for a company, then first of all, we need to check whether that name is available or not, because you already know that if the name is too similar with some other company, then you will not be able to get the name registered. So check company name. I'm clicking here. You see, this is the page. Today it is working perfectly. I will be showing you how to check the name. You tell me any name. Can you tell me any name? Let us search. Let us say you may think of opening a company. Give me some name in which you will be able to open a company. What will be your company's name? Quickly tell me, some of you. Can you tell me any name, company name, quickly? You can think of some company name quickly.
Sir, Green Chili Private Limited.
Sorry?
Green Chili Foods
Green
Private
chili.
Limited.
Okay, okay. So my friend is saying green chili, let us say, foods you are talking about. Foods. We'll search for this green chili foods. Let us say it will be in the hotel or restaurant industry. Hotels, let me take it.
Yes, sir.
Hotel type of activity. Let us search. If you search, let me try. So now thing is that this company name doesn't exist. So you'll be able to form a company like this. It shows it doesn't exist. Let us say something else. Only green, let us try. If you try green, oh, so many company names are there. Let us say green chili, you are saying. Only green chili. No, green chili, there is no company. Or only green chili, let us say, close it. No, there is no company. Or you can have a company like this. Okay, so like that you can think of some company. Any other name you can suggest? Somebody else can suggest me quickly.
Sir, Air Hostess Academy.
Sorry?
Sir, Air Hostess Academy.
Air Hostess Academy. So let us say this is something you can think of. Maybe some kind of thing. Let us search. No, this company name is also available, meaning it is not there. Okay. Let me start with only Air Host. Then also company name is available. It is not there. Let me think what are the names available in only Air. Air, you can find out various companies are there. These company name you cannot have. Okay, Air Aspire Aviation. Let us say Air Costa. These companies are already there. And you cannot have a company name like this because This may be similar to an existing company. Now I think you have understood how to search a company. Search a company's name availability. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can do it. But not only that, not only you have to search it here. That's not that only the company name is not there. That doesn't mean that name is available for you. You have to also check the trademark. Are you seeing one more link is here? You can find out the trademark. Trademark you can check. Okay, so you are thinking of something. Let us say green chili you are talking about. Let us say green chili will think like this, CHILLLY. Okay, here one class you have to select. Know the appropriate class. First you have to search which class you are talking about. Okay, now let us say I can search a class here. Here we are making a trademark search. That is also relevant for applying a comp. So you can find out any item. Let us say hotel is already there. Let us say find hotel. Okay, and if you search, you can find out what is the class. You see, these are the class of hotel reservation. These are the class. So we'll take the 43 is the class, or you can take what hotel services, hotel reservation, hotel catering, hotel restaurant. 43. We'll take 43 is the class. Understood? Then we'll apply for
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
43 class. You have seen how I have searched it. Okay, now I will go back. I will search here. Let us say green chili class. Now tell me it is 43. I'm searching. Class 43. Let us search whether trademark is available or not. Just a minute. Start with green chili. Let me start with green. Only green will think of. No, green chili will think of foods description. It seems site
Sir,
is, yeah.
sir, goods description, in the goods description, we can search here the food, sir.
Yeah, but thing is that I'm unable to type anything here. That
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
particular cell is not working. That
Yes,
is
sir.
not that is the difficulty.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Let me try with some other thing. Let's say green tree, whether this class is working or not. No, there is some issue here. Let us try once again. Okay, once again, let us try this. So I am going here, linking here, trademark search. You wanted the trademark should be green chili. Okay, class is 43. Now let us search. Now it is working. Let us search. Oh yeah, now it is available. But you see, green chili is already trademarked by these companies. Are you seeing?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it is trademark registered.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
now
sir.
there will be a problem. Okay, so when you are applying the name, this difficulty you will face. So like that, you have to check the things. After that, only you are supposed to apply. Okay, so total, there are 3 are shown here. If you go to the next search, let us say some other thing, let us sing only not green chili, will go for green. And with same class, let us see 43. Let us say, is there any trademark? Yeah, here also trademarks are there. So these issues are there. You have to search. And if you want to register a domain name also, you can search here. Check domain. Okay. Suppose you want greenchili.in, you can search it here. So greenchili.in, you see it is not available. So before applying for the company, so you please check the trademark and also see if you are planning to have a website, then you see that whether it is available or not. Like that, you can check it. Did you understand this concept?
Yes, sir.
So yeah, that is important for us. This is how we'll be able to check the availability of the company. Why it is essential? Because you already know this particular section, what it says. While selecting a name, you have to be a little careful. You have to be careful so that you see it doesn't identical or resemble too nearly to the name of an existing company. And again, you have to also see it should not constitute an offense under any law for the timing in force. If some organization has registered a trademark in his own name, then if you use that particular word, then there may be difficulty. That it might be an offense under Trademark Act. And you should not be using some words which are undesirable in the opinion of the central government. These aspects you need to take care of. Okay. Understood?
Yes, sir.
And in addition to that, you have to keep in the mind that companies should not be registered with a name which contains any word or expression which is likely to give the impression that the company is anyway connected with or having patronage with central government or any state government or local authority or corporation or body constituted by central government. So when you are incorporating the company, this also you should ensure when you are applying for the name that you should not use any words in such a way that somebody may think that there is some connection with the central government, state government, or local authority. Okay. So those words should not be there. Or you should not be using those words or expression which may be prescribed. That also should not be there. If you want to this word, if you want to use these words, then what you will do? You need the previous approval of the central government. So you will not be using that name without previous approval of the central government. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Understood. Suppose you want to form a company, so Indian Hotel Institute Private Limited. So if you form a company like this, it will give an indication that somehow you are related to Government of India. Right. So you will not be able to form a company having a name like that unless you have previous approval of the central. Understood this concept?
Yes, sir.
So when forming the company, one need to take care of. Yeah. While incorporating the company, there is one more provision which is also relevant. That if somebody wants, it may reserve a name. Name reservation is also possible by making an application with accompanied fee. Right now, fee is 1,000 rupees. By paying 1,000 rupees, one can reserve a name. But as of now, name is reserved only for 30 days. After that, again, you can apply fresh. Again, keep on reserving it. Right. So if you have not finalized memorandum of association, you can at least keep the name reserved for some time. Okay. If a new company, then you can reserve the name, or if you want to change the name also, the proposed name also can be reserved. That is provided in section 4, subsection section 4.4 states that. Understood this concept? Okay.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
So one can make application, and on receipt of application, the registrar of the company may reserve the. Now it is 30 days. You can reserve. Earlier it was 60 days, but now one can reserve for 30 days. Okay. Now let us say name is reserved, but after reservation, it is found that name has been applied by furnishing wrong or incorrect information. Right. Then the reserved name shall be cancelled. Okay, there are certain requirements. Suppose there is a similar name and you have applied for a name and you have attached a no objection certificate from that company that they don't have any objection. So accordingly, name is granted to you. Okay, if that is the situation. So ROC believes that you have taken no objection certificate from that company and you are applying for the similar name. But after that, it is found that NOC is a fake document. So by using some wrong or incorrect information, you have been able to apply for a name and you are also successful to reserving that name. Then in such situation, if the company has not been incorporated, the reserved name shall be cancelled, and the person making application like that shall be liable for penalty which may extend up to 1 lakh rupees. If the company is not incorporated, penalty may go up to 1 lakh rupees. And if the company is incorporated, then the registrar may either direct the company to change its name. Name can be changed within a period of 3 months, or take action for striking of the name. That means company name can be struck out. Or ROC can also make a petition for winding up of the company. Company can also be closed. Right? Did you understand what is the consequence? If name has been applied in a fraudulent manner, this is the consequence.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now. The memorandum of the company shall be in respective forms. You have already seen it is in memorandum of association in the previous class. We have already seen, and you know it is in a desired form, this prescribed form. And I had also shown you in the website that these tables, table A, B, C, D, prescribes various forms of memorandum. Have you remembered previous class? I was showing you the tables in the schedules. Have you remembered, or you want to see it again?
Please show it once by which connectivity will be.
Sure, I will show you. So to see that thing, I have to take you to, first of all, that Ministry of Corporate Affairs website. I'm taking you to the home page, you see. Now you can find out in the home page, in Acts and Rules. You can watch this Companies Act 2013. And if you look at here, on the left hand side, you see Companies Act is divided into various chapters, and the chapters are here. And after the end of all these chapters, you see schedule starts. And in the schedule 1 is what? Table A. Table A is what? Memorandum of Association and Articles of Association. So this is a form. Table B is another form. Table C, are you seeing it? These are the Memorandum of Association and Articles of Association. Would you like to see it? I will show you.
Yes, sir.
You see, this is the form of memorandum. You see, this is the form of memorandum for company limited by shares. You can see the form. Are you seeing name clause, registered office clause, object clause, okay, liability clause, capital clause, and this is how subscribers need to sign. And this is how the professional has to give declaration that he has verified all this. Are you seeing? Table A is for company limited by shares. Okay, let me show you table B now. Table B, you see memorandum of association of a company limited by guarantee. Okay. Now you see every member of the company undertakes to contribute to the assets of the company in the event of being moved off while he is a member or within 1 year after he ceases to be a member, a payment of the debts and liabilities of the company or such debts and liabilities as have been contracted before he ceases to be a member, and to the cost, charges, expenses of winding up. So this is the guarantee we can. This is how the shareholders are giving guarantee. Such amount as may be required, not exceeding rupees so much. So this is how one can have a memorandum of association with these clauses. Understood? Law prescribes exact formats in which you have to print. Okay, let me show you table C. Table C, you see memorandum of association of a company limited by guarantee and having share capital. It's also possible the company which is limited by guarantee can be registered without any share capital. So this is for share capital, having share capital. Okay, so some other randomly, let us see. Then table G, let us see. Table C, the articles of a company limited by guarantee having a share. Like this. Are you able to understand now?
Yes.
Yeah. Now that is what it says, that various tables A, B, C, D, and E in Schedule A as may be applicable to the company. So appropriately, memorandum can be designed. Yeah. Then any provision in the memorandum article in case of company limited by guarantee and not having a share capital, if that is so, if we are talking about the company which is limited by guarantee and it doesn't have any share capital, and purporting to, or the purpose of that provision is to give any person a right to participate in the divisible profits of the company, otherwise than a member shall be void. So if there is no share capital and company gives a right to others to give any person, it gives right to any person to right to participate in the divisible profits, then that will be void. That will be, you can say, void condition. That means such things are not possible. Okay. Are you getting it? Company is limited by guarantee not having share capital. And company is having a clause in the memorandum, according to which clause a person, any person, has a right to participate in the divisible profits. That means divisible profits can be shared by them. So law says that is not possible. If the such a clause is there in the memorandum, that is void. That is not acceptable. Is it clear to you? Next concept we will be saying few points related to memorandum. You know, company is an association of person, and MOA gives conditions under which they associate. How they come together, that conditions are expressed in the memorandum of association. It is the fundamental charter of the company. It defines the scope and ambit of the company. What the company can do, the company cannot do is explained here. Deals with relation of the company with the outsiders. What is the relation of the others with the company? That is also explained. It needs to be printed in foolscap paper, paragraph consecutively numbered. It's a public document. Company cannot depart from the provisions of memorandum. Whatever is mentioned in the memorandum, company has to operate within that. Company cannot do any departure from memorandum. And by this time, since we have seen so many memorandums, we know what are the contents of memorandum. Of course, there is a name clause, right? The words limited, private limited can be used. There is a situation clause. There is an object clause containing main object and object incidental or ancillary to main object. There will be a liability clause. There will be a capital clause, and there will be a subscription clause where the signatories to the memorandum will be signing. They will be subscribing to the memorandum. Okay. Next concept quickly we'll be learning is about alteration of. Okay. Are you ready? Should we continue further?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let us try to finish this memorandum chapter today. Okay. It may take maybe another 10-15 minutes to finish it. You see, memorandum is a very important document, we know, but sometimes we may feel necessary to alter the memorandum. Okay. Now, how it is possible? It is possible by passing a special resolution and complying with the procedures specified. Law has specified certain procedures, but you need to pass a special resolution. So at this stage, we need to know what is ordinary resolution, what is special resolution. Ordinary resolution means it's a resolution when vote cast in favor of the resolution are in excess of the vote which are cast against. Okay, and what is special resolution? First of all, the intention and the purpose of resolution as a special resolution must be notified. Notice must have been given to the members that we are going to pass a special resolution. And notice required under this act must be duly given. And votes cast in favor of the resolution, whether by show of hands or electronically or by poll, whatever may be. Okay. Are required to be not less than 3 times of the number of votes, if any, cast against the resolution. Suppose the resolution is passed and votes that those are cast in favor of the resolution should not be less than 3 times of the vote cast against it. That means you can say it is a kind of 75% majority. If that is the case, we'll call that resolution as special resolution. But 2 more other conditions are there. That intention must be communicated to the shareholders that we are going to pass the resolution. A notice must have been given to the shareholders that this particular resolution will be passed as a special resolution. Okay, ordinary resolution, just votes which are cast in favor of the resolution. If that exceeds the votes cast against it, then you can say ordinary resolution is passed. But for special resolution, you need 75% majority and proper notice. Understood? What is special resolution? And if you want to alter memorandum, can you alter it to ordinary resolution? Answer is no. You need a special resolution to alter the memorandum. Okay. Understood?
Yes, sir.
And any change in the name of the company shall subject to the provisions subject to the provisions of subsection 2, 3, and 4 shall not have effect except with the approval of the central government in writing. So central government writing is necessary. But however, no such central government approval is required if the name alteration is relating to only addition or alteration of the word private. That means if the private company is converted to the public company or public company is converted to a private company, then central government approval is not required. Otherwise, if you are making any other change in the name, then central government approval is required. Understood this concept?
Yes, sir.
And when the new name is applied for, if register is satisfied, we'll enter the new name in the register and Yeah, are you listening to me?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I think screen is not shared now. Let me, yeah, screen is shared now. Right. So if new name is applied for, the registrar shall issue a fresh certificate of information. Right. He shall register the new name and issue a fresh certificate of information. Right. And sometimes alteration in memorandum is required as regards to registered office. If the registered office is getting changed within the state, there is no issue. But if it is changing from one state to another state, then approval of central government is required. Okay, and central government once applied, central government is supposed to dispose of that application within 60 days. After satisfying himself that the consent of the creditors, debenture holders, and other persons concerned with the company, after consulting all of them, or after being satisfied that their interests are taken care of, then only central government will allow shifting of registered office from one state to another state. Okay, central government will make sure that sufficient provision has been made by the company for due discharge of all these debts. Okay, so we have seen in relation to alteration of memorandum, special resolutions are required. And where the alteration relates to change of name, then approval of central government is also. And if you are changing the registered office from one state to another state, the new state where the company registered office is going to be located, that registrar of the company has to issue a fresh certificate of registration. And one more thing. Now you have understood name clause alteration. Then we have also understood object clause alteration. If you want to alter, name clause registered office alteration we have seen. Now, if you want to alter the object clause, and that time what will happen? If some money has been raised from public and that has not been utilized for the purpose for which it has been raised, then one cannot object, one cannot alter the object clause. Okay, so this provision says if the company has raised money from public to prospectus and still has not utilized the amount out of the money raised, it shall not change its objects for which it has raised the money through prospectus unless a special resolution is passed. And then other conditions are also there. If you want to change the object, normally you cannot do. But if you want to do, a special resolution need to be passed. Then details as may be prescribed should be published in the newspaper. Two newspapers, one in English and another in vernacular language. Then the facts should also be published in the website of the company. And the dissenting shareholders who are not agreeing to this alteration of object shall be given an opportunity to exit. After that only it will be possible to alter the memorandum of association as regards to object clause. Registrar may allow this alteration within 30 days from the date of filing of special resolution. Okay.
Sir, a small doubt, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, the company has, sir, it's talking about alteration of objective.
Object.
Sir, the company has raised money from public.
Yes.
And sir, even if it is getting permission from the authority that to change the object and all, but how about that, the public from whom he has taken the money, sir?
So
It-
that
it
is
would be
why,
not
that is
considered-
why the descending shareholders who are not agreeing to change of objectives, right? So they are given an opportunity to exit. If they want, they will quit the company.
Okay, fine,
That
fine, sir.
option is given to them. Suppose your objective was to do banking business, but you want to do insurance business, something like this, or let us say some other example. You were supposed to produce steel. You started producing aluminum.
Right.
Okay, people have given you money, they have invested money thinking that they will be producing steel, but you change the objective. You are planning to change the objective. Then if you are descending shareholder, you are not interested in that aluminum project, then opportunity is given to you to quit. That has to be given.
Okay, sir. That point I was not getting.
After that
Got
only,
it,
that
sir.
is why the provisions, if you see, let me go back, little back. You see, can you see the descending shareholders shall be given an opportunity to exit. Okay,
Clause
that
is
option is there. He may exit. Okay,
Right, sir.
yeah. Now, one more thing quickly we need to remember. Always we have to keep in mind that memorandum these articles, it may contain various clauses, but the act itself, that means the Companies Act 2013, will always override the memorandum or article. So if there is something which is contradictory between memorandum or article or between act, then act will supersede. So this has been discussed in section 6. We have to remember that concept. Now, lastly, when the memorandum is registered, you have to understand what is the effect. Effect is that it binds the company, it binds the members, okay, as if they have, each of them has respectively signed to the memorandum. Okay. In fact, once the memorandum, once you are a member, then you need to understand the company is liable to members and members are also liable to company. But normally among members, they are not liable to each other. So memorandum association establishes a relationship between the company and the members. And if there is any money payable by the member to the company under this memorandum articles of association, that shall be debt due from him. That is, that much of money is receivable from him. And in fact, that is the member's liability. This concept we have to keep in mind. So these are various provisions relating to memorandum of association which we discussed right now. With this, the concept of MOA is over. We have understood how to write a memorandum. You have already seen the formats. You have also seen that how electronically memorandum of association can be get registered. And what is the importance of this thing? What are the clauses? All these things you have understood. With this concept is over. We'll be closing our session. Next session, we'll be covering the other concept, that is articles of association. Okay, friends?
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Okay,
stop here.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank you.
sir.